What's up, guys? This is rinoranchero with another Hunger Games gameplay commentary for you all. In this video, I will be playing with the Phantom Kit. This is another episode to the Kit Challenge series. You'll notice this video is a little bit longer than most because a lot of things happen in this game. I even cut out some parts, and it still ended up being pretty long, but I only cut out parts at the end, so we still have all the action here. So Claymore 45 is my first victim, who I take out right there, and there's just about tons of people, maybe like 4 people running around around me, but I'm just trying to keep up. I jump under that tree to get a speed boost and take out that guy holding the grandpa stick, and then we get this guy Steven, who's doing a pretty good job. I'm able to use the rest of my soup though and take him out too. So I'm going through. That guy there had ender pearls. I think he was a jumper. He just ender pearled away, so I just go over and kill that guy noobish dude. I think I used the phantom feather right there to fly out. Phantom is great for that, obviously. It's the only kit where you can fly, so it's a great kit for flying. And then Keep Kid just gets wrecked. He was a berserker with strength 2, but I was able to strafe and avoid it. And then we get Worse Than Yet, who comes in with a wooden sword. He cannibalizes me right off the bat, but I'm keeping really good movement during this, and I'm able to take him out as he runs away. He is a pro, so he does respawn, so I have to worry about him. He might come back later. You just never know. So I get some bread, carrots, and all that good stuff, going after this guy Radars, who just doesn't notice me. He might have been AFK, not 100% sure. Then we get this guy here who used a log to cover up his hole. He should have thought about converting that log into planks. 1 log does equal 4 planks. So we're gonna move on, running through the swamp here. There's a guy breaking some cobble here. I kill him as he falls, and there's a nice little cave system that he's hanging out at, so I decide to take advantage of this situation to get some iron. But I gotta watch out. There could be creepers and stuff, and there actually will be a creeper coming up because there's a team of 2 who decide to hang out and try to kill me. They're a team of vipers, but watch really carefully. This is an epic moment. Look carefully. Look at that creeper right there. He's going over. They're breaking the block underneath me, and right as I fall, the creeper explodes and kills the other viper. So now I just have to fight this viper here who gets me down to a pretty low number of hearts, but I take out the teammate as well. So that was a really funny moment with the creeper timing very nicely. So I'm going to get some more iron in this cave system, which is what I wanted to do in the first place. I get a total of 17 iron ore, and so that's great for chestplate, leggings. I already have an iron sword, and I almost have enough. I think I'll have almost full iron by the time I'm done, but Worse Than Yet decides to come back before I can equip any of my armor, but I do a good job moving around him, and I do take him out right there. So that is 10 kills in about 10 minutes, so I'm keeping a pretty steady pace. You'll see another creeper explodes right there. It's funny that we've had a bug for the longest time where hostile mobs have not been spawning on the surface, but in this game in particular, I've just seen tons of creepers, so it's pretty strange for sure. Not something I'm completely used to. But now as I go, I find a team of 3. I have full iron minus the helmet, like I said, but these guys do have soup. At least that guy Dan does. I turn around to fight Lukey Boy. Right there, I kill him, and now we just have 2 more guys left. Danny doing a pretty good job. He switches to a pick right there, though, and I do kill him. There's 2 creepers right here. I definitely want to watch out for that. I kind of throwing stuff out of my hotbar here to get back into the fight. These 2 creepers explode, but I block with my sword to stay alive, and then I take out the last guy, Harry the Viper. So I have tons of mushroom soup, tons of bowls and food and stuff, so this is a pretty good start for me. And I'm able to smelt the amount of iron they had, but first we get Sarah, who is a berserker with strength 2, which is pretty crazy, but you'll see this pretty nice combo here. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 consecutive hits on Sarah. And even though Sarah had soup, I was able to get a nice combo and finish off Sarah as he ran away. Or she ran away, you know, never really know about that. So that's 14 kills in this game, and the feast gets announced very early. So that's pretty hectic to have that happen because there's still a lot of people who are left in the game who are all threats. But I have tons of pork chop now, so that's going to help me out. I want to get to the feast. It's going to start in just 2 minutes here. But as I'm following my compass, as I always do, we find a team of 2. It's actually a Time Lord monk team. The Time Lord decides to Time Lord me, and the 2 of them just sort of stand there looking at me. I'm not really sure why, they just looked at me during all this. But then when the Time Lord effect runs out, I get to fight them. So I'm just hitting Dara a lot, but the teammates always hitting me as I'm hitting Dara. I'm guessing these guys are probably in a Skype call because they had really good communication. So even though I'm getting really nice combos on these guys, especially right here on Darathon, I'm unable to really focus my hits and kill one of them. I was hoping that I would be able to. You'll see the feast is going to start in just a minute and 20 seconds, so I'm constantly looking at that, and there's a certain point where I want to say that I should stop fighting these people and think about the feast. But you'll see I'm just really getting some nice hits on these guys. And as I'm probably close to killing that guy, he Time Lords me again. So that's crazy. I guess the Time Lord cooldown was over, and he was able to hit me yet again. And the monk hasn't even monked me during all this, so that's very interesting. He probably should think about doing that. In fact, you can see he has a blaze, right, and he does monk me right there. But I get the sword back into my hotbar, get the soups back into my hotbar, and I'm hitting them again, but you'll see the feast is going to start in 45 seconds, so I decided to take off running and go to the feast, and OK Awesome is here, and I just get a really nice combo on OK Awesome, circling around him. He's throwing bowls right there, but then he has to run. I'm hitting him in the back, but he's still staying alive. You see the feast is going to start in just about 6 seconds, so I turn around right here. You'll see the chest didn't really appear on my screen. This happens to me sometimes, but I am able to still click the chest. I get a strength potion right here that I chuck down, hoping I can take out some of these people, because there's at least 3 or 4 people around the feast. So we get Rampzoid here, who I take out. Then I go after OK Awesome, hoping that with the strength 2 I might be able to take him out. And I kind of spend too much time going away from the feast right there, because I let someone else come in who doesn't have any armor at all. But I'm able to take him out with 2 shots right as he's dumping lava on me. And he did have diamond leggings, but he didn't have time to equip them. So I'm sort of on fire here. I'm able to get some more diamond armor. OK Awesome comes in trying to open one of the chests, but I just sort of fend him off. I want to try to keep all my fights onto the feast platform, and if anyone runs away, I want to just keep staying close to the feast. That is the key. We get another guy here, Pauline Ho, with a whole bunch of Ho's. Or I guess Pauline Who. That's probably how you say it. He jumps into the water, and I get some hits on him. But again, it's just sort of a frantic thing when you're at the feast. You don't want anyone else to loot it, especially if someone else gets a strength potion. That can just end your game. This guy has a completely red skin, so I can't even see if I'm hitting him or not, but I can hear the noises, so I guess that's okay. I think finally here I'm able to have some time to the feast. I swing my sword there. OK Awesome backs up. I'm able to enchant my diamond sword with sharpness 1, so that's going to make a huge difference in my fights, because sharpness 1 can add up to 1.5 hearts per hit. Which is huge when you're fighting people. It's very hard to soup against someone who has a sharpness 1 diamond sword. But OK Awesome is still staying alive, running away. I eat some food here. I'm able to go through the feast yet again. I'm able to get TNT, grab the enchantment table, find a flint and steel. And as there are lots of people circling the feast, I light it. Someone opens a chest at the very last minute, you'll hear. But then the feast explodes. And so I'm able to get all my soups together. We got Paulinho, who's dumping down lava yet again, but with my sharpness 1 diamond sword, I'm able to circle around him and finally kill this guy. And we got a guy in that red skin. He kind of ran off, and so I just keep following my compass to someone named Goldie LJ, who doesn't have any armor. I'm chasing Goldie for a while, hit him a couple times with my sharpness 1D sword. I know he has to be low in health, and with the final shot, I do kill him right there. So now we're going after OK Awesome, who we've seen a lot of in this game. Looks like he does have a diamond chestplate, so he does say they kill me with something cool, but I'm not gonna really fall for that, because I never really know what strategies or what tactics people might have. So you always want to try hard against people, especially if they have armor. So right here, he's doing a pretty good job fighting, but then he just starts to say R and throwing all of his soups, bowls at me, and he says R again, then he just kind of takes off all of his armor, which is pretty funny, and I do take him out there. So now I'm going to have some cuts in the game, because this is kind of crazy. A lot of time goes by. That guy I just killed. This guy here, he's got an Ender Mage portal, so this is a pretty good strategy on my part. I put a strength potion into my hotbar, and I chuck it down so he can just Ender Mage me down, and I'll have strength, which he does. It looks like he might have some diamond gear on from the feast, unless that's just his skin, but he dumps down lava on me, and I quickly use my sharpness 1D sword, and I do take him out. So he tried to do a cheap Ender Mage strategy, but it didn't work. Here we're cutting to a tower. There's 2 people up in this tower. I don't know what kits they are. Well, actually I do. It's the team of 2 from earlier. It's the Monk Time Lord team. And there's another guy who was up in a tower, Fisherman. That guy, and he just decides to say that he's bored and just kills himself. So now it's just me and this Time Lord Monk team. And you'll notice there's a little piece of dirt that's missing right behind that guy. So I decided to throw an instant damage and then knockback sends him off the tower, but he lands in the water because I had tons of water down below to make it safe. And his teammate decides to follow him, so I have to go down too. I thought about phantoming over to them, I did think about that, but because of the way they had the tower set up and the missing dirt block, I thought it might have been dangerous for me, and I didn't want to die from fall damage. So now I'm just chasing this guy who is the monk in the team, and I'm just chasing him for a really long time. I hit him a couple times in the back, and then he turns around pretty soon right here and decides to fight me. He tries to monk me, but I'm strafing him, and he can't quite land the blaze rod on me. At the last minute he does, but the mushroom soup that I had in my one slot is enough to kill him. And so now we get this guy who Time Lords me. This is the third time this guy has Time Lorded me. And he just takes a moment to stare at me, maybe just to admire me. I don't really know. Maybe he's getting his hot bar ready. Not exactly sure. But right when the Time Lord runs out, I hit him, and he falls into this little hole, whatever. I'm thinking he's weak. 2 more shots, and I kill the Time Lord, and I win the game with the Phantom Kit. Oh, man, this was a crazy game with the Phantom Kit. It's a very good kit. It's great because you can fly around. It's the only kit that lets you to fly without getting banned. So it's great. And here is the stats page. 23 kills with Phantom. Very nice to get more than 20 kills in a game. And that is the end of this episode of the Kit Challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please hit that like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate that. And I hope you guys have a great day. Goodbye.